Welcome to the Bree Pod. I'm here with me, Bree. So last week, we talked a bit about the Unfiltered series. We got into some of my eating habits. We talked about how I actually know the gender of our baby. Hopefully it won't slip up, but if I do, I might just leave it so that you can have it and see who catches on it. We talked about, oh man, so many things. I do remember going on about my food, but I felt like it needed to be discussed and shared because it's really no joke when people watch every move. And it's really with good heart. It's not, I'm not trying to take anyone out. It is with good heart. But sometimes people with good heart also have to remember, like I said last time, that, I am the person in charge of my own body. But with that being said, I wanted to talk a little bit more on something of a lighter note and talk about what were your favorite registry items that you used and what are some items that you realized you needed later? Because I did start my registry. I actually started like a month ago. And I just thought about all the different things that I remember my friends really liking, things that even family members really liked. And I started putting it on my list. And I actually have considered doing cloth diapers and cloth wipes. Well, I mean, you can do, there's obviously cloth wipes, but my point is I've been looking into cloth diapers and probably regular diapers because I don't think that it'll be solely one thing or the other. I think we're kind of looking at a mixture of both because I know that at every baby shower, really, there are going to be regular diapers, which is totally fine. But I think I'm going to do a mixture of both. And I know that there are mixed feelings on cloth diapers, but I think that it works out for us the best because of the fact that we're always traveling. And really, every piece of baby item that I think about wanting or putting on my list, I really have to take into account our travel because the way that it works at this moment in time is that we travel for Jeremy's work. And we need to be able to take all our stuff, pick up, and go. Now, obviously, there are going to be things that are not going to be travelable. But if we can get as many things as possible as travelable, hopefully that's the word, that is super important. And that is also why a lot of these things that are on my registry for the nursery or for even different things for organization, that's why you may not see so much stuff because we're trying to limit. We don't want to have too much stuff coming in and then it'd be very hard to move. So I'm definitely curious on what your mamas that are listening, what your favorite items that should be on a registry, and even some tips and tricks if you are traveling. What do you take with you? So far, I feel like I have a good assortment of different things that I feel are going to help. And I've been having like a couple of my cousins go through it and let me know what they did use, what they didn't use. And then I've been having fun getting an idea of the nursery. So the nursery, it depends where we are. This is the thing. You never know when we're going to move or if we'll stay where we are. It's always up in the air. That's why we always have to be ready to travel and go. So if we stay here, I have the idea of converting our closet into the nursery. Now, don't worry and don't fret. The closet is not like a really tiny space. It's actually pretty decent in size. And the way that I have I've been looking at the closet pretty in depth. Anyway, I've been looking at the closet pretty intensely these past few weeks because the thing is, when I get a vision of what I want, I have to see it through. It is the obsession that I have. Like, once I have an idea, I need to make it happen. But I don't have anything yet to make it happen, so I have to, in my mind, visually make it happen. Sorry, my puppy is stalking the neighbors. One second. He loves seeing what our neighbors are doing. We actually have this cute little balcony off of our apartment. He's still barking. We have this cute little balcony that he likes to kind of people watch. And it's kind of funny because I have this chair that I put out there for myself to sunbathe. This is before we had the dog. And so now my puppy uses it as his own little perch to watch people. So I have to call him in and get him back inside so he's not annoying the neighbors. But anyway, so we have this closet, and I've been really thinking about what I want to do with it. And I'm really excited because the way that my mind works, it like, especially if I can't physically make it happen, in my mind, it puts the pieces together of what I want and what I like. And I think I brought this up in the last one where I had saw that Jenny Mai had put up these really cute little clouds above her baby's crib. And that idea just sparked. It was like, I love that idea. I've never really seen it done. And so I decided that I want to have clouds. I know that that is a fact. I want clouds. And so I've been looking in the closet and sizing it up. And I think it's going to be perfect. Now, many of you are going to be like, well, when you get up at night to feed the baby, you're not going to like want to walk to your closet and then come back, to your chair or bed, which we will. We have a solution for that too. So I thought about having the little bassinet closer to the bed in the beginning, and then moving it, into the closet. But we wouldn't shut the door. The door can stay open. That way it's not so like, I don't know. It's not that small or anything, but I probably wouldn't close the door. I think I'd close the main door to the bedroom if I was gonna, leave the baby in the bed, or their bassinet, I should say. So, plus I plan on still having a monitor. That way, if I can put the baby down, and go into the living room, I could still see what's up. So I think that's going to be helpful, especially since we're in a 1-bedroom. It's not small, but it's not big either. So, yeah, so I'm really excited because in my mind, the ideas are flowing. I have an idea of color scheme. I have an idea of what I want to do with the clouds. I actually bought some stuff to start the clouds, but Jeremy stopped me from actually building them. He's like, you have a lot of months to go before you even need them made. And I'm like, I know, but it's that my mindset. I have to make it. Like, when I think of the idea, I need to see it, and I don't want to stop until it's done and made. But in this case, I need to wait so that I can allow others to decide what they want to get on the registry. I can't just go buy everything and then be like, hey, thanks, but I bought that because it couldn't hold my excitement. And plus, it's true. I mean, I'm only 16 weeks now, I think. Shoot. Yeah, 16 weeks. So it's like, there's no reason to be pushing anything. But yeah, I've been very excited. I decided that the clouds are the theme, and I kind of have a weird. It depends on what you believe in, if you will be accepting of this idea. Basically, I saw the clouds from Gemini, and a long time ago, I had this thought or vision, or however you want to look at it, that my angels basically, like, specific angels there were like my grandma Kate, my Papa French, my Uncle Scotty. And one of the biggest vision I have in my mind every time I think of this, I think of my Uncle Scotty smiling at me and handing me my baby. Now, obviously, this isn't something that has actually happened. And it depends on what you believe in, if you believe it is something that's spiritual or really a true belief. But for me, it just feels so real. And not just my Uncle Scotty, like in this vision, I had it where like each uh special relative that had passed have like already met my baby, and Uncle Scotty was the one passing the baby to me. And I guess like the clouds kind of made me think of that. Like I don't know how to explain it really, but it just made me kind of piece together that thought, and I was like, I'm going to do the clouds just because it's almost like a blessing. Like when I think of the clouds, because if you go back, you look at the imagery of heaven or God or angels, you think of like clouds, you think of the sky. And to me, this baby is a blessing. And I always will believe this, regardless of what people say. I always believe that my angels are looking down on me in a good way. And like the clouds just kind of, I don't know, just brought together that idea. And so that's basically where that inspiration came from. And I'm excited to see it come into fruition. The only downfall is I have to wait a while to get there, but I can at least envision it. And that's what's been fun, is looking in the closet, envisioning what I want, looking at my registry items and envisioning them in this little nursery, envisioning the baby. I mean, I have no idea what my baby's gonna look like, but I'm excited to just see. I'm excited to meet the personality of the baby. Apparently, if all works out and the baby comes on time, I think my baby will be a Virgo, which is an earth sign, I think. Trying to think off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Virgo is earth. And I don't know what that means yet. Even though I am into astrology, I was thinking about looking up the baby's chart if it were, actually that might be an episode we talk about one time, is like the baby's astrology birth chart. Because wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like, we don't know the personality yet of this baby. We don't know who they are. And obviously astrology doesn't define them. I'm just saying it's fun to look at that stuff with heart, with a fun, light heart. But those are the things I think about. And it's been really helpful to think about all these things, because I think it gets me more excited and helps put the fears or worries aside. Because if I wanted to, and really I think anybody that is pregnant, if they wanted to, you could really fall into these worries and fears and not enjoy the process. And I think especially with the things that I've been facing with my own mental health, with my own struggles of an eating disorder, my own struggle of looks, and trying to rewire my brain to think more, like to be more into stepping into the power of myself, no matter what I look like, no matter what society says about us, and embracing the me. I feel like all these exciting parts of it, of figuring out the colors you want in your nursery, the clothes you're going to buy, or the clothes you're going to wait to buy just in case someone else buys them for you. The registry items, like using those items. And I know it's not going to be easy. I know, people talk about losing sleep for like a while, a very long time. People say, wait until this happens. I know that there's, it's going to be an adventure. And when I say adventure, it doesn't mean that adventure is always perfectly, woo, we're doing it, If you think about it, on any adventure you go on, it can be fun, or there can be things that happen along the way too. So adventure isn't like purely positive. It can be a mix. It can be up and down, roller coaster ride, but it's exciting to be able to do it with my husband, with my puppy, just to see how my puppy interacts with the baby, and to see like what I'm gonna, I think, be excited to do is listen to these recordings and just like see how far I went, because this is still, like I said, it's still new waters. Every day is new charted waters for me as a pregnant woman, which I never thought I could have. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I am so in that mindset of the blessing of this baby, and just like that thought beat, because I didn't think I could have this. I started to doubt it. I started to think it's not my future. It's not for me because it's not happening. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to take, like, please don't take offense in any way with that. I'm not trying to take anyone out. I'm just saying that, I still went through a struggle of infertility, you know what I mean? I had 5 years of this. And so it's crazy. You do get to a point where you're like, is it really gonna happen? I don't know. So it's crazy that we're here and it's happening. And I'm excited for the different things coming. And I want to share this journey with you just because, not just to share it, but to learn, to grow from it myself too. When I go back and listen to these in like September, who knows? Maybe I should listen to my own little podcast when the baby's here and be like, oh, girl. No, I can judge myself and be like, oh, girl, you thought that. But anyway, I know I go on tangents, but it's been a ride, and it's been new charters, and there have been good times and there have been bad times. But I've been just trying to find the inspiration, and I'm excited. And I'm excited for everybody to meet baby. I'm excited to meet baby. I wonder if baby will look like me or Jeremy or both. Like, who are they gonna look like? I don't know if I told you guys this, but back in January, apparently I was pregnant when I did this, but I did not know I was pregnant. But I wrote a letter to a baby girl and to a baby boy, because at the time I thought I was having twins. Let's just be straight. I thought I was having twins, and I had names for boys and I had names for girls. So I wrote a letter to each baby, and it kind of cracks me up thinking about it now, because in each letter I was like, to my unborn baby, that has not even been conceived yet, which I had no idea that they had been conceived. So I'm gonna have to write another letter and be like, hey, by the way, remember when I thought that you weren't conceived yet? Well, you were. But one of those beautiful, inspiring women in my life that I didn't get to meet until, well, really it was virtually later, I think I did physically meet her once in person, but it was like years ago. But a shout out to Ellen Pat in Mainville. Unfortunately, she passed this year. Well, I think it was early 2021. But um, she, well, I learned this through Andrew, her son. Shout out to you, Drew Mines. That she had like basically an idea of who Andrew would be when she was like before he even was here. And so she would write letters to him. And that really, like, those letters mean the world to Andrew. And he talks about them with such, you can just see the glimmer and beauty in his eyes and the love for his mom. And like how inspiring it was for him. And they're both really beautiful writers, they're both artists. So I decided, because I was inspired by Ellen, to start writing letters to my baby. Now, I know some people do journaling, which I actually got to see someone's recently, which thank you for that. I thought that was so cute. I got to see the different ways that you express your communication or start your process with, I guess, that bond with your children. And it's been really sweet to see what others are doing. Like, I know some people make baby books and they like put in the first ultrasound and they add in like how they felt, what their cravings were. I know some people that draw artwork, like journaling, writing letters. So I was inspired by Ellen Mainville to write letters. And I think one day, once I get to the gender, which we will have reveal on the podcast, I'm going to share the particular letter that I wrote to the particular gender, because I think it's even more special, even for me to reread it, especially knowing now, like, that I was pregnant when I wrote it. I'm excited to see. It'll be like a beautiful moment for me as well. So I definitely plan on doing that in the future, and I'm just excited for a lot of the things that we need to talk about. But if you have been following my journey, please send me your favorite registry items, even if you're not a mama and you just are like the cool aunt, or you have kids surrounding you all the time. Tell me what your favorite items were, because I'm building my registry. I'm probably going to be putting it out there, I'd say in May. And then in June, we're having the baby shower. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Soon we have to talk about these teethy here, because we're still working it. Today I actually got, I don't like saying got. Today I had my braces tightened. So, and I decided to go with color, which before I was like, no, I can't do color. But then I saw that I need to have fun with that too. So the road to jaw surgery is still going strong. I haven't talked a lot about it, but that doesn't mean that nothing is happening, because there's a lot of movement with the teeth. According to my orthodontist and her assistants, it seems like everything is going how it needs to. And if you want to follow that journey, I've been sharing my posts and photos on my Facebook, which I can also link that album in my links in my bio, because it's been a really cool path and journey to watch. I recently took a picture, and it's crazy how much I had a gap, and the gap is gone. And also the assistant that I talked to today, her daughter actually had jaw surgery as well, from the doctor that I'm going to get it from. And she said that it was like such a game changer. but she always gets excited to see people that actually go forward with the surgery base, because you don't always have to do surgery. Some people have cases where it can just be fixed with years of braces or months of braces or Invisalign. In my case, jaw surgery is the best option with what is going on in my mouth. So we're going to talk more about that. I won't give too much. I feel like I ranted on and on. But thank you so much for continuing to follow my journey. I will have guests coming in and out again. I decided to take a break on that for a bit because I just got so excited. I'm like, we have to talk about pregnancy and really everything that's been happening, because my life has been kind of, I don't know, just like between my jaw, my puppy, my baby, so much has happened. It's amazing. Now, it's been a while since I've left you with a mantra. So I'm going to go to my closest book here, which is affirmations book for, what is this? My mom got this for me. It's Affirmations 200 Positive for Affirmations for Happiness. I don't know why it's, okay. Affirmations for Happiness, that's what it's supposed to say. Okay, so here we go. We're going to let fate decide, please. Okay. The affirmation for this episode is, I'm making space for more happiness in my life. It is time to cut away the things in my life that suppress my joy, to make room for more happiness to enter. Space in my home, space in my schedule, space in my relationships, and space in my mind. Happiness, come on in. So that is the affirmation of this week, and I hope you all have an amazing week, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys next week. I keep saying week. And just to dive deep even more into the journeys that's going on here. So with that, you are loved, you are worthy, you are cherished, and I am proud of you. Until next time, on the Breathe Pod. Bye.